Hello everyone, welcome to my new series, SIcs Gaming Stupid, where we dive into a world of gaming idiocy. I point, laugh and refute fanboys of all stripes. I imagine some creators who are more well known in this space will probably have done this and other videos I plan on responding to, but hopefully I'll bring something a little different with my own particular style and cunty nature. I would like to preface this series by pointing out that I don't have a problem with anyone gaming on whatever platform they like. You do you and have a blast. I do have a problem with people making shit up, spreading misinformation, or they are just so fucking stupid that babies cry and maidens weep tears of blood because of the global aneurysm caused by that level of idiocy. That said, let's meet our new best friend in the world, John Kill3D. A very interesting name. I think it might be Latin. He's going to be giving us some reasons why consoles are better than PC. I'm sure this will be well thought out and not completely ridiculous nonsense. Anyway, how are you doing, Mr. Kill3D?
Another top 5 reasons is there's no need for endless upgrades when you play on a console.
Oh, we're gonna just dive right in, are we? Okay, kinda rude, especially with such a poor grasp of how to words. I mean, that sentence was offensive. Another top 5 reasons is there's no need for endless upgrades when you play on a console. Dear me. Now, I'm sure you meant to say something along the lines of, here's the first of these top 5, or here's top 5 reasons, reason the first. But if you can't say your starting sentence in a way that doesn't make my ears bleed, we are not off to a good start, now are we? Only a few fucking seconds in.
A console is automatically built to house all your gaming needs.
But what if my gaming needs are, say, playing with a peripheral that isn't supported? What if I want more versatile ports like USB 3 Type-C? What if I want to install an SSD for faster load time? But I can't install a SATA 3 card, and the PS4 and Xbox One both have SATA 2 controllers. Now, the PS4 Pro does have a SATA 3, but I thought there was no need to upgrade my PS4 or my Xbox One. It already has all my gaming needs.
The UI interfaces are much better. It's much easier to navigate and get your games.
The UI interface is much better. Oh dear, sorry buddy, but that's nonsense. Now I will say, they are generally quite nice to look at, but easier to navigate than dragging my cursor down to my toolbar, clicking Steam, and if I don't want to game, I want to watch YouTube instead, I move my cursor 1/4 of an inch to the right. What if I don't want to do either of those things and I fancy doing some video editing instead? 1/4 of an inch to the right? There she is. I can open up Sony Vegas, zoom into your shitty video so it doesn't have a giant black border around it anymore. You're welcome, by the way. The thing about user interfaces is they are much more intuitive with a quick mouse click than often going through the endless menus to get what you want and only displaying a fraction of the information on the screen, as a console is designed to be played from across the room. But for argument's sake, let's say you prefer that. Okay, fine. Steam Big Picture Mode has you covered. You can make your PC boot into it and act like it's a console. It's part of what I'm sure is going to come up a lot in these types of videos. Choice.
Easily, or just put in your disc and play, or just easily click your downloaded application.
Easily. I can easily click on an icon on my desktop and easily boot into a game in easily less time. Saying easily doesn't mean you are correct.
Everything is much easier for you to find than going on a PC.
I basically know where everything is on my PC, and if for some reason I can't find something, I have a search function that will find everything. I'm not saying that I'm some kind of wunderkind either. Directory trees are generally well laid out, and if you're putting your own stuff in there, just make sure you label it properly. If you can't find things on your PC, I think that's on you, buddy. I think you might be kinda dumb.
And you don't need to constantly buy the new parts as they come.
I haven't bought a new part for my PC since my birthday well over a year ago. I got myself a GTX 970 for 250 quid, and then sold my 660 for around 80, making the total cost about £170 give or take, if I remember rightly. And I had that previous card for freaking ages. The rest of my PC has been almost the same for much longer, aside from a RAM upgrade, and that was for work anyway. While, I'll be honest, I would like to upgrade my card again, Do I need to? Hell no. I can play basically every AAA release at high settings at 1080p and 60 FPS. But the upgrade is an option, a choice I have that you don't. At least not without buying an entirely new system. A system that, in my humble opinion, is the sort of power the current gen should have been at launch. Sony and Microsoft really shit the bed with that one. Why do you think these updated models exist? It ain't because the first wave had an abundance of power, I'll tell you that for now.
The only thing you probably would have to do, like say with a PS4 or Xbox One, is just increase your terabytes, but that's easy to do, unlike...
You're gonna say something really, really stupid now, aren't you?
Popping in different RAMs, different cords, different pieces to your computer, just to make sure it can even run the damn games.
You think it's hard to unplug a cord and then plug it back in again? Did you set up your console? Did you plug it into the wall and the TV? I'm assuming you know how to swap a console hard drive, because you just said it was easy. And if you can do that, you can upgrade a PC. Seriously, it's incredibly simple. Especially RAM. That is simpler than the super duper easy console terabytes replacement.
So, consoles in that respect will always be a step ahead in not needing constant upgrades.
No, they are a step behind in that you can't, or at least you can barely upgrade them. Way to spin a negative as a positive. If you don't want to upgrade your PC, guess what? Don't.
Because the only time you need to upgrade is when a new console comes out. You don't need to upgrade almost every month or every few months with new parts just to sustain your PC gaming, because that sucks.
And is complete nonsense? As I said, I haven't upgraded in well over a year. And if I don't want to, I'll be able to keep playing for at least a couple more years at settings that I'll be happy with. And if I really didn't care, I could keep this card into the next generation and still be able to play future games at low settings. I will still be able to play new games without buying any new hardware. Sucks to be you, I guess.
I could play comfortably on a console. I don't need to sit in front of a monitor all the damn time.
Neither do I, Spacky McGee. I sit in front of my monitor to work. Then I stand up, walk into my living room, kick back on the couch, load up Big Picture on my home theatre PC, and stream games, near flawlessly, from my main computer to my TV. Then I use one of the plethora of controllers I own to play pretty much any of my games. After that, when I'm done, I can shut down my PC from that one, and if I want, I'll have a little nap on the couch. Don't even have to go turn it off. It's pretty fucking sweet.
Or the entire time I'm playing, hunched over at a desk where my hands can get cramped using a mouse and keyboard.
Because of course, you can't get repetitive strain injuries from playing a console because magic. By the way, look up Nintendonitis.
And even using the controller, I still don't want to sit in front of a computer screen.
You don't have to, you fucking moron.
I'd rather sit back on my bed or sit back on my couch with my controller and play on a very large television, probably a 4K television or...
So can I. And you know what? You could play on a smaller TV up close at a desk if you wanted. In fact, a lot of professional console gamers prefer to play like that, seeing as it's a more alert stance. It's easier to concentrate. I mean, we've all done the now it's getting serious seated position. Like most things, it's an option. But for some reason, to you, options are either bad or they just don't exist.
I forgot what the largest size TV is, but you get the 60-inch, 70-inch, I don't know. Just the largest TV possible.
Dat research though. I forgot to say, why the fuck you would use 4K with a console, I have no idea. Even the PS Pro struggles with Quad HD in 3D games, so it's kind of a waste of money. I guess future-proofing, but again, that doesn't make any sense, seeing as you could buy a really solid 1080 monitor with good response times and features now, and then when it makes sense, the 4K TVs will be much cheaper. When it does come to size, I have a projector in my bedroom. You know what that's connected to? That's right, my PC. The screen size on that is up to an effective 120 inches or so. And yet, somehow, my pathetic, limited PC can connect to it Must be fucking witchcraft, right?
Instead of playing on a small monitor screen and with resolution that you can even get on the TV, it's not much of a difference. So
there's actually not much point in having a high-res television. Have you ever heard of viewing distances? Now, for argument's sake, let's say that the consoles could take advantage of a 4K screen. It wouldn't matter unless you were sat right up close to it anyway. It's the effect Apple calls retina. At far enough distances, your eyes can't resolve the pixels. That's why you want a high-resolution monitor, but it's far less important for a TV. And I believe it's a big part of the reason a lot of console players don't care about resolutions. Which is fine, unless some idiot on the net starts pulling nonsense out of his arse about all the things consoles can do far better than PC.
You will always play comfortably with consoles, there is no doubt about it.
What if you live in a house without chairs? Hadn't thought of that, had you, fucko?
Instead of being in the dark, I could just be in the warm lit of the living room.
Because of course, no one has heating and lights in their office. You're not very smart, are you?
Or probably, yeah, in the dark of my bedroom, but at least I'm comfortable.
You know what? Even at my desk, I'm pretty comfortable. I've been sat listening to your nonsense for hours now, typing out my thoughts, and I'm pretty comfy. I mean, my brain hurts from all the stupid, but yeah. And I'm working. If I was playing at my desk, I would be leaning back into my seat. You're so full of shit, it's kind of incredible.
Laying on a bed, sitting on a beanbag chair, sitting on a lounge chair, you know, pull the little seat thing back, pull the little leg part up, pop your legs up.
Ah, you got me there. I'm not going to use a beanbag chair, because I'm not fucking 7.
Instead of just going with a keyboard going click a click click a click click a click, you know, damn near gonna give yourself dyslexia.
Dyslexia? What, are you fucking high? That's not how that works. Dyslexia is a disability that runs in families. Although it's not 100% certain that that's the cause, it seems far more likely to be the case than getting it from fucking keyboards.
Trying to use a keyboard and mouse, trying to play your game. We could just play comfortably sitting on the sofa.
Don't have to try. Just do or don't. I will play the occasional game with a keyboard and mouse, especially if I'm trying to be accurate or competitive, but as I said before, I don't have to, you spaz.
You know, but that's from experience, you know. Sitting on a sofa is easier.
Apart from that time you forgot how to sit down.
Hardware expenses and the complexity.
Oh no. You're gonna idiot again, aren't you?
It is very expensive to just put your PC together and build it.
Nope.
This ties into the first reason, but the expenses and its complexity is
greatly exaggerated by morons like you?
It's very complex for some people.
It's not complex at all. The Lego analogy has been used, but even that is actually more complex. It's like building a flat pack table. There are a few bits, they go in specific places, and if you can't build one, you're probably not trying or are kinda dumb.
Not all people, like if you're a technophobe, or not technophobe, a fucking
technophile.
Technomaniac.
It's technophile. Fuck's sake.
Then you could put your PC together. Other than that, the common person or the common gamer just doesn't want to go through all that.
Because retards like you spread nonsense myths, for reasons beyond me, that this shit is in any way hard. It's not. My partner can do it, and she doesn't give a shit. My 3-year-old children know what the parts are called. They are fucking 3 and probably know more about PCs than your dumbass.
But they can just easily pop the console in and start going away and playing.
Pop it into what, John Kill3D, if that is your real name? I know you just have a terrible grasp of the words to make the sentences, but after a couple of hours of this, it's starting to get on my tits, and it speaks volumes of your basic comprehension of anything.
So, consoles are not complex. Not at all. And I've heard people say, oh, consoles are complex for them. It's probably because they don't have the patience or they just don't have the brainstem to handle.
You are judging people on their intelligence. Really? That is deliciously ironic.
Just, you know, very simple, easy to pick up and play gaming. So PCs are very complex for some people. No, actually for most people. Not some, but most.
Then why are there more people gaming on PC than any of the consoles? Idiot boy. According to a study by the ESA, 62% of all gamers use a PC, while 56% use a console. Now obviously that means a decent number of them probably use both. It's still more. So more people must find PCs are not too complex. You're just a fucking idiot and full of shit to boot.
If they have the time and effort for it, I'm sure they can do it, but why would they do that? A real gamer just wants to pop in, go and play.
PC gamers are not true Scotsmen. And why would you want the best possible quality in your gaming if you're a real gamer? You should just want whatever you're given. That's what a good consumer would do. Just shovel whatever shit is put in front of you and take no steps to achieve a better experience.
Hell, probably the Nintendo Switch will do better than a PC, or probably be more powerful than that.
The Switch will be more powerful than a PC. You are high, aren't you?
The physical appearance of users, oh my god, I know the difference between console gamers.
Oh dear, here comes the nerd cliche. Anybody can fit the description you're about to bring up, but the platform they choose, or if they even game at all, has nothing to do with it. This is just ad hominem bullshit.
And PC elitists. Now, casual PC gamers, they're not the ones that look like the size of a house. I've seen a PC elitist with dozens of zits look like he got hit with puberty every day of his life, even before birth.
You know who else could be counted as an elitist or master race or whatever? Terry motherfucking Crews. He got bit by the PC gaming bug and built a monster rig. Did a bunch of vlogs, but yeah, he could easily count. Certainly not a casual. You want to call that guy a fat loser? Because I think he would tear you in half, mate. It's almost as if stereotyping a diverse group is fucking bullshit and not an argument. At least not an argument made by smart people. And he does this for literally 40 seconds banging on and on. I'm not even going to entertain it. Let's move on to the next point.
The final part is graphics don't determine the experience. A PC elitist's term for the great gaming experiences is how their game looks. I mean, just because the game can look beautiful and look pretty, that doesn't mean it's fun.
Right. But that's determined by the game. If I'm looking to buy a game, I'm probably going to play it on the system that has the best frame rate and the best graphics. And if my PC at the time is more powerful than my console at the time, so long as it's not a shitty port, it's gonna be the PC version, usually by a long shot. Only an idiot would choose an inferior experience given the choice because it's inferior.
Okay, you could play a game that looks like ass and still have a good time. Mind you, there's a lot of games out there that they look like hell, but yet people still have fun with them. Am I right or wrong? People still have a blast.
Holy shit, he said it true. But you know what game that started out on PC, has a very rough aesthetic and is loved by literally millions? You probably haven't heard of it with your mighty brain. It's called Minecraft. I mean, you only make YouTube videos, so I can't imagine you've heard of it. Lots and lots of people love that game. It runs on modest hardware and isn't what I would call a looker. But that didn't matter to countless millions of PC gamers. It's almost as if you have literally no idea what you are talking about and are just vomiting bullshit onto the internet.
Graphics will never determine the experience of true gaming.
I'm sure you meant to say good or great, but whatever. No. Usually no single part of a game determines whether or not it's good. And it's fair to note that even great gameplay would be ruined with graphics that you can't tell what you're doing. But if you want to have a dig at PC gamers for overlove of graphics, you know nothing, John Kill3D. There are still popular titles that use ASCII art. Ever heard of Dwarf Fortress? No, of course you haven't. Because as you have proven over and over, you don't know anything about anything.
The experiences is for the player to experience the game for himself, and if they like it, if they like the game, whether it's shitty to someone else, as long as it's fun for them.
Or if, I don't know, they actually want higher quality visuals, even if someone else doesn't like it, and make shitty videos trying to make them look bad and calling them all fat losers, while spewing endless amounts of misinformed nonsense. Do you see where I'm going with this fuckface?
Hell, I'll even tell you right now, I had a good time playing the Amazing Spider-Man 2 movie tie-in game. Oh wow, I'm probably going to catch some shit for that, but I know the game looked like shit, but it was still fun. It was still a quick Spidey adventure. So
You mean shit, seeing as a game released 12 years ago, the Spider-Man 2 game for the PS2 and other systems is a shit ton of a better game than that wreck. I guess you don't even have good taste in gameplay, do you? And that's it. Fuck me. This guy was delightfully stupid. And I can't fucking believe how long it took me to write this fucking script. Hopefully you all enjoyed. I'ma have to go drink myself to death. Bye.